What's up everybody, back with another video, and I'm really sorry. It's been over a month since I posted on this channel. Things were super busy, but we're back, so let's dive into it. A study at UC Berkeley in California has found that hummingbirds are being directly impacted by humans, and their evolution is taking place at a rapid rate. According to the researchers, Anna's hummingbirds in California's bills are getting longer and slimmer due to us, things that we're doing. Right after World War II, hummingbird feeders became popularized and started to sell nationwide. Researchers wanted to see what type of impact that has had on the hummingbird population and on their structures as well. They examined 400 specimens that date all the way back to 1860. And what they've found is very interesting. Just over a couple decades, hummingbirds' bills are becoming longer and slimmer due to the hummingbird feeders. Now, to establish causation, they looked at historical sales of hummingbird feeders in the California region, and they found that it is directly correlated. Those sales are directly correlated with the changing of these structures in the hummingbirds' bills. What they've also found is that the population of hummingbirds have been increasing with the increase of hummingbird feeders as well. And this has actually allowed the Anna's hummingbird to expand into places that it has not been seen before. It's extremely interesting to see how humans directly impact the evolution of birds, especially in such a rapid time period as just a couple decades have taken place since World War II. A new favorite bird throuple has been seen on a live stream in Scotland. Mrs. O, an osprey that has been returning to the same nesting site for year after year, was surprised when she found another female in her nest. Now, instead of fighting it out like ospreys usually do over territory, she decided to compromise and she let the female stay, and they mated with the same male. Between the two of them, they have laid 4 eggs, and the male goes out and fishes and brings back fish for both of the females and their offspring. In Michigan, a rare bird was found on the Saginaw River. This bird is a brown pelican. Now, if you know anything about brown pelicans, you know they like to stay on the coast. They will sometimes venture inland on very rare occasions, and this one was found on the Saginaw River, tangled up in fishing line. Some bystanders saw the bird struggling and went to go free it. When they got the bird free, luckily the bird was okay and it flew away, and it has actually been sighted on different parts of Michigan since then. If you're someone who enjoys fishing, make sure you clean up your fishing line. This is so detrimental to birds' health and is one of the main killers of birds around these waterways. In India, a bird made a fantastic migration of 6,000 kilometers. Researchers strapped in a mer falcon with a satellite GPS and tracked its entire journey, which started all the way in South Africa. It traveled 4,000 kilometers to Odisha, where it stayed for several days before taking an 18-day journey from Odisha all the way to China. This 6,000 kilometer journey is absolutely incredible, and it's amazing that we can see what these birds are doing. There was a time period where people had crazy theories about birds, that they flew off to the moon because they disappear during certain seasons, or they burrowed underground to hibernate. And nowadays we can see exactly where these birds go with this new technology, and it's absolutely incredible. And now it's time for the rare bird update. Now, I'm going to apologize in advance. This is a very long update because it picks up where we left off all the way back on March 20th. But let me tell you, there are some amazing birds. On March 20th, Alberta got their first record of pink-footed goose. Moving over to Florida, they got their first record of yellow-legged gull. March 25th takes us over to Alabama, where they got a record of gray gull. If I don't tell you what specific record it is, it's because I couldn't find that information anywhere. But just know that it's probably in the top 10 visitations of this bird. In New York, they got a record of gray-breasted martin. Kansas got their first record of Lawrence's goldfinch. On March 26th, we make our way over to Utah, where they got their second record of broad-billed hummingbird. And this was actually found by a friend, so congrats to him on that find. March 27th takes us over to New Mexico, who had a great month, where they got their first record of tufted flycatcher. April 4th takes us over to Texas, where they got a record of fork-tailed flycatcher. April 5th takes us over to Wisconsin, where they got their 5th record of tufted duck. April 6th takes us over to Ontario, where they got their second record of crested caracara. What an absolute journey that caracara had to take to get so far north. New Mexico also got their second record of northern wheatear. April 10th takes us over to Tennessee, where they got their first state record and fourth ABA record, southern lapwing. April 12th takes us over to Newfoundland, where they got their first record and ABA third record, greater sand plover. April 22nd takes us over to Alabama, where they got their second record of Cassin's kingbird. And over to Ontario, they got their second record, rock wren. April 23rd takes us over to Florida, where they got a Bahama mockingbird. April 24th takes us over to Kentucky, where they got their first state record of lesser nighthawk. April 25th takes us over to Wyoming, again, where they got their second record of common crane. Montreal got their first ever willow ptarmigan, and over to Colorado, where they got their second record, Lawrence's goldfinch. April 28th takes us back to Utah, where we've got our second state record in just the last year of crested caracara. I didn't get this one, unfortunately, because I was exploring Oregon. May 5th takes us over to Florida, where they got their fifth state record and ABA fifth record, red-legged thrush. Florida needs to share some of those red-legged thrush with the rest of us. May 6th sends us to Kansas, where they got their first state record, tropical parula. May 7th sends us over to Wyoming, where they got their fourth state record of black-legged kittiwak. May 10th sends us to Nova Scotia, where they got their fourth record of Ross's goose. May 13th sends us over to Ohio, where they got their first record of Virginia's warbler. And over to Montana, a record of tufted duck, not sure which one, but that's a pretty cool bird so far inland. Wyoming got their second record, crested caracara. May 15th sends us to Alabama, where they got their first state record of great kiskadee, followed by May 18th, where they got their first state record of roseate tern. What's going on in Alabama? May 19th sends us over to Hawaii, where they got a great crested tern, and a Wyoming first state record, tundra bean goose. May 21st sends us over to Washington, where they got their second state record of lesser nighthawk. And over to New York, a record of fork-tailed flycatcher. May 24th sends us over to Vermont, where they have a Franklin's gull. And over to Alberta, their first record of lark bunting. And May 27th, we return back to Utah, where they have a record of Cape May warbler. And then to finish things off, Missouri got their first state record of Arctic tern. Let me know in the comments below, what stories did I miss out on for this month? I'm sure there's plenty. If you'd like to contribute directly to this video, you can join my Discord server, links in the description below. You can send me news stories that you find or rare bird reports that I may have missed, and I would greatly appreciate it. Also check out the main channel, Bright Eyed Birding. I'm exploring Oregon currently in those videos, and in a couple weeks, I go find a great gray owl. So stay tuned for that and go subscribe over there as well. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you all next time on Bright Eyed Birding Learn.